Hello, this is Dr. San Jose. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Senator Elizabeth Warren unleashed a bold accusation against the Social Security Administration, shaking up conversations in government offices and living rooms alike. She argued that behind official walls, the agency had quietly erased vital performance metrics from its website, making it much harder for everyday Americans to understand how their benefits were being managed. A claim that instantly sparked fierce debate among politicians and citizens alike. The Social Security Administration didn't sit back. Commissioner Frank Bisignano, backing up his words with detailed reports, called Warren's claims misleading. He pointed out that the SSA had tripled its performance data reporting compared to previous years, stressing that the agency is now far more transparent under his leadership. According to his data, most service measures have seen improvements, including shorter call wait times and speedier disability claim processing, details meant to reassure the millions depending on these services. Warren, though, wasn't convinced. She dug deeper into the numbers, finding that over 45 important performance metrics had vanished during the Trump administration's modernization push. Others were restored only after heated back and forths, but critical indicators remain missing from public view. Warren believes this selective transparency hinders accountability, creating confusion for those seeking answers about delays, application errors, or lost claims. On the street, people had stories to share. Maggie, who had spent weeks trying to reschedule a disability hearing, felt that losing access to wait time data made her helpless. Her lesson: when the rules change without warning, you realize just how vital clear communication from government really is. Meanwhile, Tom, a retiree managing his monthly check, wondered aloud how the system judges its own performance if it hides the scoreboard. Isn't the first step in fixing a problem knowing exactly what's wrong? SSA, facing mounting pressure, agreed to have the Inspector General audit its reported data, an unusual step intended to calm critics and make sure nothing was being hidden. Staff inside the agency say the modernization push is difficult. They're wrestling old software, limited staffing, and evolving digital needs, so sometimes public reports are restructured, not erased. That's a subtle but important distinction, even if it doesn't always feel that way to those affected. It's easy to think these arguments are just politics as usual, but take a second to imagine someone waiting months for a disability hearing. Would missing performance data change how you advocate for yourself or understand delays? For people in vulnerable situations, it's not just about data. It's about trust, hope, and sometimes the difference between hardship and relief. In agency offices, the push for digital-first operations is real. SSA wants to shift to quicker, integrated platforms that better serve clients and ultimately save taxpayer money. But change creates bumps. Some older reports were slow, confusing, or out of date, so replacing them was a step toward efficiency. Still, Commissioner Bisignano admits any transition brings risk. Missing data can signal progress or carelessness, and only determined oversight ensures it's the former, not the latter. Warren's lesson goes beyond numbers. Accountability only works if regular people can see the facts and understand them. If the scoreboard is moved or hidden, frustration grows. Sometimes, even well-intentioned modernization has side effects that hurt the very people agencies are trying to help. Do you trust your benefits if you can't see what's really happening behind the scenes? For frontline SSA workers, the modernization push has redefined what customer service means. Some say phone wait times are half what they were last year, while others argue that the remaining delays are still too long. One agent shared, "Sometimes we work overtime just to clear backlogs. The system is getting better, but there's always more to do." Does effort count as much as results? This drama shines a spotlight on how government systems are maintained and measured. When oversight is strong, agencies can correct course quickly. When attention slips, problems linger. Residents like Maria, who cares for 2 disabled family members, want more openness, not less. Her story: "If I have a problem, I want to know exactly what's happening and why. I don't want excuses. I want real answers." SSA's modernization isn't just about technology. It's about shifting culture, retraining staff, and finding better ways to serve an aging, diverse population. Critics warn that in the rush to update, it's easy to forget the value of old, reliable metrics that show real progress or lack thereof. Should agencies balance innovation with tradition, or is the future worth some confusion today? The Inspector General's audit is a step toward clarity. It will look not just at numbers, but at how those numbers are gathered, shared, and used. Commissioner Bisignano stands by his efforts, insisting that Americans will benefit from improvements. Yet, he admits that constant oversight and public feedback are essential to prevent backsliding. People affected by Social Security form a vast and varied group. Veterans, widows, disabled workers, and retirees all need clear information and honest answers. When government agencies disagree, it can be hard to know who to trust. Are more metrics always better, or do they sometimes invite confusion and misinterpretation? Would you prefer lots of detailed numbers or a simpler list of what really matters most? Amid all this, SSA's modernization report showed successes and failures. Some changes worked well, cutting costs and streamlining work. Others were hampered by old software and shifting policies. Lessons learned included the need for steady planning, better tracking of progress, and clear cost-benefit analysis. Change takes time, and sometimes patience is just as important as urgency. The Warren SSA controversy reflects broader debates about government performance. Should elected officials push for total transparency, or does some information need to be kept internal for security or efficiency? Is it ever justifiable to remove public-facing reports if the reason is modernization? What would you do in Warren's shoes? Some Social Security offices saw renewed optimism as phone wait times dropped and claim processing got smoother. Yet, not everyone saw the same improvements. Regional differences, population surges, and staffing shortages mean that national statistics sometimes mask local struggles. It's a reminder that no system serves everyone the same all the time. For Warren, fighting for renewed transparency is about protecting vulnerable groups. She wants Social Security to represent stability, not secrecy. Her message, restoring these metrics, isn't just for politicians. It's for families who count on Social Security every day to get by. Bisignano's message is equally poignant. He sees modernization as the only path forward in a rapidly changing world. If the system doesn't keep up, it risks collapse under its own weight. His response? We're reporting more data, modernizing as fast as we can, and still striving to protect what Americans value most. As the audit unfolds, the public's views matter more than ever. Do you worry about delays or missing information in your Social Security benefits? Would sharing your own experience help guide oversight for others? Through these debates, it's clear that the real lesson is about keeping government honest, responsive, and human. Modernization is needed, but only if it goes hand in hand with real accountability. Power must be balanced with transparency, so every story behind the numbers is heard. Thank you for reading and watching. Share your thoughts, subscribe if you want more updates, and join our global conversation by commenting or sharing your own experiences with the Social Security system. Be part of a team that cares about honesty and progress in government programs. Your voice could help shape the future of Social Security. This is Dr. San Jose, and thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, share, or add a comment. The world needs thoughtful voices willing to share their perspectives with honesty and empathy. Be part of the global conversation, and if you have a story or experience about conflict, loss, or reconciliation, please share it below, and maybe join our community in making understanding the new norm.